On the morning of March 22, 2018, February 6 in lunar calendar, at Tỉnh Hội Pagoda in Biên Hòa City, Đồng Nai Province, the Bhikkhuni Order of Đồng Nai solemnly organized a memorial ceremony to commemorate the Arahant Bhikkhuni Mahabhajabhati Gautami and ancestral Bhikkhunis who have made great contributions to Buddhism in Vietnam. Stately attended the ceremony were Most Venerable Thích Thiện Hiệp, member of the Patriot Council, Most Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân, Chairman of the Executive Council, Most Venerable Thích Thiện Pháp, Deputy Standing Chairman of the Executive Council, Most Venerable Thích Giác Toàn, Most Venerable Thích Thiện Tâm, Co-Chairman of the Executive Council, Most Venerable Thích Đức Thiện, Deputy Chairman cum Secretary General of the Executive Council, and Sangha members of the Executive Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. For the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha's Executive Committee of Đồng Nai Province, stately attended the ceremony were Most Venerable Thích Nhật Quang, standing member of the Executive Council cum Chairman, and standing Sanghas of Executive Committee. For the Bhikkhunis, stately attended were Most Venerable Nhân Thích Nữ Tịnh Nguyện, standing member of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha's Executive Council, Most Venerable Nhân Thích Nữ Huệ Hương, member of Executive Council cum Deputy Head of Central Bhikkhuni Order, Deputy Chairwoman of Executive Committee cum Head of the Bhikkhuni Order of Đồng Nai Province, Head of the Organization Board, Most Venerable Nhân Thích Nữ Như Đức, Most Venerable Nhân Thích Nữ Huệ Giác, Most Venerable Nhân Thích Nữ Như Xuân, Bhikkhunis of Central Bhikkhuni Order, and more than 1,000 Bhikkhunis from provinces and cities all over the country. Presenting the central government were Mr. Trần Tấn Hùng, Deputy Chairman of Government Committee of Religious Affairs, Mr. Bùi Hữu Dụ, Director General of Department of Buddhist Affairs and Government Committee of Religious Affairs, Mr. Nguyễn Phú Cường, the Provincial Party Secretary cum Chairman of the People's Council of Đồng Nai Province, and representative leaders of provincial departments. With support from Vietnam Buddhist Sangha's Executive Council, the Bhikkhuni Order of Đồng Nai Province hosted a memorial ceremony to commemorate our ancestral Dharma Mother and ancestral Bhikkhunis who have made great contributions to Buddhism in Vietnam. Considered as an opportunity for the host province Bhikkhunis to follow the example of Mahabhajabhati Gautami. Throughout the history of development, along with the good traditions of the Bhikkhunis, there have been excellent Bhikkhunis in the Buddhism of Vietnam, making constructive contributions toward Buddhism, the country, and development of Dharma propagation, and realizing the motto, Dharma, Nation, and Socialism. After reciting the Buddha's name for blessing, saluting the national flag and Buddhist flag, and commemorating the ancestral creditable Bhikkhunis, Most Venerable Nhân Thích Nữ Huệ Hương, head of the organization board, made her opening remarks. Most Venerable Nhân Thích Nữ Huệ Hương emphasized that the ceremony aims to commemorate the founding Bhikkhuni ordination and commend the four virtues of ancestral Most Venerable Nuns, thus reminding and encouraging ourselves towards self-improvement. This was also the opportunity for Bhikkhunis throughout the country to meet and share information about Buddhist activities, vowing towards the development of a successful Bhikkhuni society in the overall framework of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. On behalf of the organization board, Most Venerable Nhân Thích Nữ Nhật Khương solemnly read the biography of the Arahant Bhikkhuni Mahabhajabhati Gautami, especially emphasizing numerous challenges and difficulties that the ancestral Dharma Mother had overcome with her determination, and together with 500 Bhikkhunis companions who made the Buddha accept her ordination into the Sangha. Representing the province leaders, Mrs. Nguyễn Hòa acknowledged contributions made by Bhikkhunis in Đồng Nai Province during these recent years, contributing to the overall development of the province as well as the development of national unity. Most Venerable Thích Nhật Quang, Chairman of Vietnam Buddhist Sangh's Executive Committee of Đồng Province, made a solemn delivery to all bhikkhunis at the ceremony. Most Venerable Thích Nhật Quang wished that every member of Buddhist Sangha, either bhikkhus or bhikkhunis, shall make joint efforts in self-learning and strengthening their capacity to successfully realize all Buddhist tasks assigned by the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. On behalf of the Government Committee of Religious Affairs, Mr. Bùi Hữu Diệu congratulated the event and believed that that was an opportunity to praise the bhikkhunis who have been making practical contributions to Vietnam Buddhism in the context of integration and development. At the ceremony, with the attendance of all Sanghas, the ceremony's organization board awarded the flag and cup of hosting the memorial ceremony to commemorate the Arahant Bhikkhuni Mahabhashabhati Gautami and Vietnamese Buddhist ancestral bhikkhunis to be held in 2019 to the Bhikkhuni Order of Tiền Province. Making his delivery at the ceremony, Most Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân, Chairman of Vietnam Buddhist Sangh's Executive Council, congratulated all bhikkhunis and praised them for successfully hosting this memorial ceremony under harmonized spirit of the whole nation's Bhikkhuni society. Most Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân believed that this was a positive sign for the whole country's bhikkhunis in general and bhikkhunis of Đồng Nai province in particular towards the development of the Buddhist society. Most Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân also acknowledged contributions made by bhikkhunis during the recent time, especially numerous Buddhist charity activities towards Buddhism and nation, and encouraged all bhikkhunis to put efforts toward Buddhism, the nation, as well as the joint development of all bhikkhuni orders. In this occasion, the organization board also presented charity gifts valued to 300 million Vietnam dong to heroic Vietnamese mothers and Vietnam Border Defense Force working in islands and seas, along with 240 gifts to the poor, 60 wheelchairs to the disabled. The total amount of the freebies was approximately 700 million Vietnam dong. The Bhikkhuni Order of Đồng Nai Province has indeed successfully hosted the memorial ceremony to commemorate the Arahant Bhikkhuni Mahabhashabhati Gautami.